So in today's class, we will discuss about a few more commands in Sqoop, and then we'll finish it. So today discuss about Sqoop commands, Sqoop jobs. What is Sqoop job? And we have one more command called as job. The list of the commands, we can see one command called as a job. So when I see here, Sqoop help. So this will give you the available commands. So we have one command called as a job. So work with the saved jobs. So let us see how we can use this particular command. So basically, what the job command will do is, suppose we are using import commands and export commands and other rest of the commands, right? We can save those commands in some file, and whenever we want to execute, we can execute those files. So that is basically the job. Suppose if I write an import command from importing the table from databases to Sqoop or databases to Hive, I will write one Sqoop command, and the command contains all the connection details table and everything. I can store that command in a file. Okay, a later point of time I can run the same command. That is basically called as a job. I guess Sqoop job is a file. Contains Sqoop commands. Any command we can include in this particular file. Sqoop job is a file which contains a Sqoop commands. So we can run this file. We can run this job anytime. Okay, at any time. And we can also perform certain tasks on the jobs. That means we can create a job. These are the different kinds of operations. And we can also see what are all jobs we have already created. So we can also listing some jobs. And we can also see the detailed information about the job. Detailed information about the job. And we can also execute the job. So all these things we can perform, or we can delete the job. Okay, so these are the different operations we can perform on the job. So basically, what is the job? A job is a kind of a file which contains a Sqoop command. So we can save this job. Create means as soon as I created the new job, that will be saved as a file. So we can list what are the jobs we have created, and if you want to see the detailed information for the job, we can still see it, and we can execute the job or we can delete the job. So why we need to use jobs? Because these commands we frequently execute in the real time. Suppose we have loaded the data from the source to target by using Sqoop command, and we have done some validation, and there we found some mistakes or we found some bugs, and we reported to the developer, and developer is fixed at the source side. Again, what we have done, what we should do, again we need to import all the tables. So every time we don't need to write the same commands again and again. Okay, so we can just write one command at one time, save that command in a one job. Save the same command in the one job. Suppose if you write 10 different commands, and 10 different commands, you can create 10 different jobs. And the same jobs you can just execute every time whenever you require. So that is the advantage of Sqoop jobs. Now let us see how we can create the jobs, how we can listing the jobs, and how we can see the detailed information about the job and execute on delete jobs. Okay, this is a very simple command. Command is same, Sqoop job. This is a command, and the options will be changed. For creating, we have to use -- create. So for creating, we have to use -- create. This is another parameter. So for listing of the jobs, we use -list command. And if you want to see the detailed information about the job, we use -show. -show. So if you want to execute the job, -exec. And then delete the job, -delete. So these are the parameters which we need to use with Sqoop job command. Okay, so now let us see how we can do these kind of operations on the commands, Sqoop jobs. Now let us connect to the putty. So let me clear this. Now I'm going to create a new job. So if you want to create the new job, in the job contains a command, right? Any command, whatever command so far we discussed, all the commands we can include in the job. So what I will do here is, I want to create a job to import the data from RDBMS to HDFS. So data from a table to HDFS. That's my requirement. So what I will do is, I'll create a new job, okay, to import data from MySQL table to HDFS. So this is my requirement. Create a new job, new Sqoop job to import data from MySQL table to HDFS. So normally, if I want to import this, right, how we will write the command? Normal command, how we will write? Sqoop. This is a normal command. Sqoop -import. Right. So this is how we will write the command. Sqoop -import. And here first I will connect to the database. -connect and JDBC :/ and IP address. Let us say 192. What's my IP address? YFconfig. Okay, so then my IP address. Right, so now which database? readl_db username is Cloudera, and password is also Cloudera, and then table table is customers, number of members. So this is the command. This is a normal command we will write for importing the table data from MySQL to HDFS, right? Now I want to create a job for this particular command. I don't want to execute this command now. So I want to execute this command later, but I want to store this command as a job. Then I will run the job later. So now how we can create a new job? So the same command will be there, but we need to create the new job. How to create the new job? So the command is Sqoop job -create create. So this is the only additional stuff we need to include, and from import, right, from here everything is same. Copy this, everything is same. That's it. So this is actual command, right, for importing, and the same command we are appending with Sqoop job -create. Okay, now it will create a new job where we have to give the name. After create, we need to give the name of the job. Let us say my job. Some name we have to provide. Okay, so this entire command will be part of this particular name, and this is referring to the job name. So Sqoop job -create, Sqoop job -create, job name -import, and here this and all -import. Small changes we need to do. Normally, if you want to import only -import, everything will specify, right? But if you want to append this to the job, we need to do small things like we need to put two hyphens import, but we need to give some space between hyphen and import. Okay, remember this. This is the only change. Hyphen import, and rest of the things are same. Okay, now this is a command used for creating the job. Now let us execute this command. Now here I'll execute this command. Right, so now it is executed this command. Right, so now fine. So now it is executed this command. Fine. Now once it is executed command, if you want to know job is created or not, right? So if you want to know whether the job is created or not, what we can do is we can use one more command. Sqoop job -list. Sqoop job -list. So this command will give you what are all jobs we have created. Now you can see available jobs. Currently we have only one job created. Fine. So this is how we can create the new job and then listing the available job. So now how to create the new job? This is the command. We already written here. Now listing the jobs. So this is a simple command for listing the jobs. Sqoop job list. It will give you existing jobs. What are all existing jobs available? Listing available jobs. Okay. So now this job is available now, but I want to run this job. Or before running this job, I want to see the detailed information about this job, because what is the command I have created by using this job internally, okay, where this job is created, location, and I want to see the detailed information. So then we need to use another command called as a show command. Hyphen show, and here we need to specify the job name, which job information you wanted to see, right? So sqoop job show, and give some space, specify the job name. My job name is my job. Okay, and now this command will give you the detailed information about this particular job. Now press enter. Right, now it will ask you the password. Now just strike louder. Right, so now this will give you the detailed information about this. So when you see here, this is not related to other stuff. This is the DB main information we can see here. So here, this is the connection string we have used in the command. Right, and there are some more details will be there. So this is the codegen directive. We'll see that what is codegen directive in the next example, and what are our arguments we have passed, what are the parameters we have passed. So that kind of information will be stored, and what is the username. Okay, some default parameters will be there. Okay, right, so we are importing or not something in the Hive, no, false. Okay, so this some information will be there here. Not much useful, but we can see the detailed information about the job if you want to see. Right, so this is another command we have. So see the detailed information about the existing job. Now, how we can execute this particular job? So next command is, this is for display the detailed information about the job. Okay, now display detailed information about the job. Display detailed information about the job. Okay, so now next we will see the another command called how to execute the job. So we have the same job, right? Now let us see how we can execute this job. So now simple command, sqoop job exec exec job name, my job. So basically what this job will do, this job will get the data from customers table and store the data in the HDFS, right? So now in HDFS currently we don't have in Cloudera, currently we don't have any files in HDFS here, right? This is a default location for importing. So currently we don't have any files here. So now once the job is executed, internal command will import the data from a MySQL table to HDFS. Right. So now let us execute this job. Sqoop job exec my job. Press enter. Now internally, whatever import command we used, the same command will execute. It will ask you password every time. So we need to provide this password. And there is some issue with the command. Error passing arguments for import. Okay, so maybe the import command which is used in the job is having some issue, and let us see how we can do this, how we can modify this. Let me delete the job first. I'll modify again, I'll run sqoop job, how to delete delete my job. We have to give some my job. Now this will delete the existing job. I will modify and again run the job. Okay, this is the way of deleting the job. So this is delete existing job. So Sqoop job hyphen delete and job name we have to provide. Now we will see how to execute the job. Let me create once again the new job and then I'll see. So again I'll create then my job. Sqoop job hyphen create my job hyphen. So here I'll say one space should be required, right? One space, that's it. Import one space. Connect MySQL IP return DB order password table customer. Okay, so here we need some space. Hyphen M space 1. Okay, so here one space is required. Fine. So now let us create this job. Right, now job is created. How we can see the jobs? Sqoop job hyphen list. Right, now my job is there. Now I want to execute this job. So after execution, I will get the data from table to here in HDFS. So Sqoop job exec, Sqoop job exec is a command. Hyphen exec and my job. Now it will ask you password. Right now it is started executing the job. It will dump the record, import the data from this. So there is still some error. Import failed. Okay, so before that we need to safe mode will be turned off. Okay, we need to execute this command. So because safe mode is always sometimes on and sometimes off. Okay, so sometimes if it is on, safe mode is on. Suppose HDFS is running, safe mode is on mode, we cannot run the Sqoop commands. Okay, so we need to always make sure safe mode should be off. So that's an error it is giving. Safe mode will be turned off. Okay, so how we can do this? We have one command for that. So yesterday also I have told you that command. So the command is this one: HDFS DFS admin HDFS DSF admin hyphen safe mode leave. So you need to execute this command. You need to remember few commands wherever it is required. So this is a command for changing HDFS safe mode off. Okay, so whenever you get that kind of error, you need to execute this command. Now let us execute this command. Then the safe mode is off. So currently is on, we made it as a off. So then we can execute the same command again. Execute job, Sqoop job hyphen execute job. Now asking for the password. Right now it is importing the data into HDFS. Right, so now everything is done. Now let us see whether data is imported or not. The cloud era, currently we don't have anything. Just click on the go, refresh, and it will give you the one more folder. Under this is a file. So this contains the data, customers data. Okay, so you can run the same job any number of times, and as soon as you run the job, that particular command will be executed. So before you getting the requirement, you will create all the Sqoop jobs and make everything is ready. Okay, then as soon as the developer says you'll start your testing, then we can execute all your jobs. So that way we can execute our jobs, and then we can verify the data is loaded in the HDFS or not. So that is how we can do the jobs. Okay, so how we can execute? This is the command. Execute Sqoop job. Fine. So these are all commands comes under the Sqoop job commands. Creating the new job, listing and detailed information we can see, and execute the job and delete the job. Right. So if you want to delete the job, simple, you can give the command Sqoop job hyphen delete. And which job we need to delete? My job. Right. Now it is deleted. Now you can see available jobs. Sqoop hyphen job list. Sorry, only one hyphen required. Right, there are no jobs. Relation Sqoop job. Sorry, Sqoop job hyphen list. Right. So available jobs? No, there are no jobs available here. Okay. So this is how we can work with the jobs. Job is basically a kind of a file which can hold the commands. Okay. So now we move on to the last command in Sqoop, that is codegen command. So we don't use this command much, but developers require this command. So developer point of view, they need this command. Codegen means nothing but a code generation. Okay. So what is use of this command? So basically this particular command will generate the code for particular command. Whatever Sqoop command we have created for that particular command. So when I run this command, what is happening? For example, if I see here, I am saying Sqoop job show my job. What is internally having is the command, the job, right? So for this command, they have created some Java code internally. So that will be executing. We don't know exactly what they have created internal code for this command, like job list command or this command or import command or export command. Whatever commands we have in the Sqoop, all the commands for every command, they have created some internal code by the Java developer. So when I run these commands, what happens is internally that code is executing. But now, based upon this command, for specific commands, if you want to generate the code, we can still generate. If you want to see the code, we can still see it. Okay. So now let us see how we can generate the code by using codegen command. So codegen command is used for generating the code for command. Generate code files. Code means code is nothing but code is available in some file, some Java file. So generate code files for Sqoop commands. This is basically used by developers, not for us, but still you can remember this command, how we can use this command. Generate code files for Sqoop commands. Now let us create let us execute how we can use this command. Let us see here. Now Sqoop codegen, this is my command, Sqoop codegen hyphen. Now here I will create some command. Okay, so what command? I will just connect to the database. I will just connect to the database table. Okay, and then we will see what is the code generation it is created for connecting to the database. Now I'll say how to connect database hyphen connect. I need to specify the JDBC URL, JDBC colon and MySQL colon / and my IP address of the system is 192.168.13.136 /retail_db, right? So this is a connection URL of the database, and now we need to provide the username hyphen username is Cloudera hyphen password is also Cloudera, right? And what's the table I want to connect? Table is customers. right? So this is my command. This is my command. Sqoop codegen, and basically what is this command will do? This will connect to the database, to connect to this particular table, right? So now for this statement, for this command, it will generate the code. So when I execute this, you can keenly observe here. There is some problem with the tables. Okay, hyphen table is missing. Hyphen. So now the command is executing. Codegen command is executing. Right. So once we have executed this command, this is more important. Writing jar file. So in Java, everything is a jar file, right? Files will be created in the jar format. So here writing jar file. So this is the basic location where it is created the files for this particular command, Java files for this particular command. So customers.jar, that is a one file which is created for customers table. Now let us go and see this particular location. This is the location, and copy this location. Just print ls, and ls command will give you all the files which are created under this directory. Okay, press enter. Now you can see here there are many number of classes have been created because customers table having a lot many data, right? So that's the reason it is created so many files. So customers.jar and class file, and this is Java file. Java file means this is actual program file. Now if you want to see this customer.jar file, we cannot open and see, but customer.java file is just like a Java program file. Now if you want to see the customers.java file, we can open this file in the VI editor. VI, just give this command, give this file, press enter. Now this will give you the code. If you observe here, this is just Java code which is created by Sqoop. See, all these are all columns in the customer table, customer password, street, city, everything it is required. See, this much code we have to create in Java to get the data from the customers table from MySQL table to HDFS. Okay, so this much code is we have to create, but this code is automatically generated by codegen command. Okay, so this is basically used by the developers, not for us. We don't much useful for us. Okay, so because this code and all they can understand, they can modify if they want to, and they can again regenerate the files and all. So this is another command we have. If you want to come out from the VI editor, press ESC, escape, colon, Q, small q, and then colon. Okay, so now this is how we can see, or you can also still use a cat command for display the data for the customers. So this is how we can use the codegen command. For every table you can use it. Copy here. Right, so this is a codegen command. Now once we have executed this command, this is the particular path. In specific path it will generate all the Java file. So you can verify whether the files have been created or not here. Verify files. Verify files. Okay. So from where we get this directory, temporary directory, we can also see the execution log file. So after execution at the end, it will give you writing jar file into this particular location. So here we can verify all these files. Okay. So these are all comes under Sqoop commands. Okay. So whatever so far we learned, this much of we have in the Sqoop. Right. So with this we have completed Sqoop. So this is a very small tool which contains a few commands. By using them, we can import or export the data from any RDBMS. Not only MySQL, you can still use Oracle, MySQL Server, DB2, Teradata, any database. We can do the same thing. Only thing is the JDBC URL will be changed. Nothing else. Every command will work as same. Okay. The Sqoop is a tool in Hadoop ecosystem which we can use it for importing and exporting data or table data from RDBMS to HDFS and from HDFS to RDBMS. That's the main purpose of the Sqoop. Okay. Now I'll give you one assignment on. Now come back to a small kind of mini project. Okay. So you can also perform this as an assignment. Now I'll show you. You will get this assignment like this. So what is an assignment is, in this assignment or exercise, I have MySQL table. MySQL is a database, Sqoop and Hive. The combination of these three, I have designed this exercise assignment. Okay. So what is my assignment is, this is my assignment. So import all the tables from MySQL database to Hive and validate schema of the tables in Hive. Okay, import all the tables from MySQL table to Hive and validate the schema of the tables in Hive. So if you want to do this, what are all prerequisites we required? What are all things we require? We should know what are MySQL tables we have, right? So import the data from the MySQL table is fine. We can do it by using import commands, but we need to validate the schema in the Hive. If you want to validate the schema, what is schema? Schema means structure of the table, right? What are the columns we have? What are all the data type of those columns? And how many number of records we have in that table? So that comes under the schema validation, right? So we need to import all the tables from MySQL table to Hive, and then we can validate the schema of those tables. That is the external requirement. Okay. So what is the reference we required? We required MySQL data model is required. So this is a data model. Data model in the sense, what are all tables we have and what are the columns we have in each table and what is the data type of those columns. So that is basically called as a data model. So now based upon this data model, we have to import these tables in MySQL tables into Hive and then validate the schema. Now what are the test scenarios? If you want to validate the schema of the tables in Hive, these are the actions we need to perform. So first thing, we need to import all the tables from MySQL to Hive using Sqoop. So here we need to use some Sqoop commands. So already I told you few commands, right, how to import all the tables. So we need to use Sqoop commands. After importing the tables, then we need to verify all these things. What we need to verify? So as part of the schema validation, we need to verify these three things. One is verify number of columns in each table. Number of columns in each table. So according to the source, this is basically source in MySQL structure. And the same structure should be there in the Hive after importing all the tables. So suppose it says a department table, I have 2 columns. After importing this table into Hive, also should be 2 columns. Okay. Similarly, for every table we need to verify. Verify number of columns in each table. For every table, number of columns we need to verify according to your data model. And verify the data type of the columns in each table. And you need to also describe. There is a command called as a describe in Hive. By using this command, we can get the structure of the table and then we can see the data type of those columns. Data type of those columns. So that is all about the verify data type columns in each table. And then verify number of records in each table. So when I say select count star, that will give you number of records in each table. So now in MySQL table, we need to execute the count star command for every table. And then let us see the number of records in the target table in Hive is also same or not. So that we need to verify. So these validations are part of the schema validations. Okay, so this is an assignment you can perform as a mini project. Okay, and tomorrow I'll start a pig. Okay, pig is another ecosystem in Hadoop, and we will also start with pig from next class. Okay, is it fine? So can you try, Naga, this assignment? So nothing new, everything I have explained in the previous classes, and based on this you need to do this exercise. Okay. So it is already data model is there in MySQL, everything is there. And now we need to perform these tasks and do the validation and what are all failures, what are all passed. You can just make one table and you can make some test scenarios and then you can say pass or fail. Okay. So just do this. Okay. If you are not, I can explain the next class. Okay, in the tomorrow class we'll start click. So with this we have completed HDFS, map, reduce, hive as well as Sqoop. Okay, I'll stop for today here. So let us see tomorrow. We'll start with pick. Okay.